News Hour with your hosts, Lucia Baez, Remy Du, and Renata Pavanelli.
Good morning, San Diego. It's 9:05 a.m. and if you're watching me, it means you are not stuck in today's commute. Congratulations. Originally, we had scheduled Bernie the Bear to jump through hoops today for us, but due to a terrible tragedy last night, he could not make it when he actually caught on fire instead of his final act. Now, we bring to you then a story of another act of jumping through hoops. A more serious story, which takes place not in a circus, but in today's education system. More and more today, we see that our students are having to jump through many hoops to fulfill a number of their requirements in school and to have minimum access to proper education. These students are required to jump through the hoops of the 3 T's: testing, tracking, and tradition. And these 3 T's work against them. But where the hoops in Bernie's case were on fire and very real, these hoops also have consequences, and they don't quite make it through unscathed. Let me give you some examples. In Los Angeles, Black students make up 14% of the student body, but 30% of those are suspended or expelled. In San Francisco, Blacks and Latinos make up 42% of the student body, but only 14% of these attend advanced placement courses. Men overall go to college at lower rates than women and graduate less often than women do. The Institute of Physics launched a report showing that the majority of schools fail to encourage subject choice in a gender-neutral way. Among the 34 countries pertaining to the OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the United States is one of 3 where disadvantaged students have higher student-teacher ratios than those schools serving privileged students. So this begs the question, America, and especially you, San Diego, with so many odds against our children, what can they actively do to succeed? Renata Pavanelli is on location now asking young people today what moves them to continue their education, despite all these odds against them. We're gonna go off to you, Renata. Let's see what we find out.
Thank you, Lucia. I'm here on campus right now. I interviewed some of the young students who had really interesting things about their own learning experiences. They're really passionate about their learning and being in college. So here are some of the clips of their responses.
I'm going to college now because I think it's important to get better life opportunities.
I want to get another bachelor's degree, my second bachelor's degree in Broward College, and in that way to be a professional in the United States.
Education is a very important part of life in order to be successful and get what you want.
I want to study aerospace or mechanical engineering because I like it, so the way to do that or achieve that is like going to college.
But now that I'm taking this class, I can say that it's really meaningful, it's really important to take it.
Back to you, Lucia.
Thank you, Renata, for that moving piece. And to you, these students, you are our inspiration, and we hope that everything that you set out to achieve will come true. So thank you. Now, we see these students, and we're all very inspired. However, we must tell you that these are the minority. Not all students feel this way. Not all students feel that their lives can be different. So what sets these students apart? Well, the young people you just met, they believe that participating with persistence in their future will amount to some sort of personal progress. However, to get these people here required them to believe at some point in their lives that what they were learning was meaningful and that their hard work would be validated in a way that would impact their future. In other words, these students did not get to this point on their own. They have had a consistent amount of independence and choice when it comes down to making their educational decisions. So, we must say that all of this boils down to a little concept called agency. These young people you just met have been agents of their lives. And so we must ask ourselves now, as a system, what can we do to promote student agency? We have Remy Du here on location at Florida International University, and he's going to tell us more about what can be done. Remy, off to you.
I spent a day here at FIU interviewing experts who had a lot to say about how the curriculum could be shaped in order to empower students. Let's hear what they have to say.
There's so many different array of activities that students are interested in. And once the student is very interested in a program, that is a way that students are actually validated, because a kid can come from a really broken home and not want to be in school, maybe a student that has difficulty learning. But if you have a student in a program that really, really draws their attention, that's the way that we keep them in school.
Anywhere where they're young adults and anywhere where their voice is being heard, as well as being guided to make good decisions, I think they will feel validated. And when they're active participants, they're going to learn and they're going to want to come to school.
Well, the most important thing for validation and a meaningful experience is that for all children to feel as if they're in a safe environment. That's just a basic need. And unless the basic need is met, then regardless of programs and regardless of the quality of your teaching staff, they're not going to have validation.
And also another way that students can be validated is in their academic courses. If a kid is struggling and having a very difficult time, someone as a teacher academically needs to be drawn to that student and try to assist them in the best way possible, and get parents involved and get the community involved.
A school that offers a curriculum that has something for every type of student, whether they be into drama, arts, sports, marine sciences, something that's just well-rounded so that they can learn something other than just their core subjects.
If the more a kid feels supported and know that someone cares, even if it's not a parent, if there's even a teacher that really take a special interest in a student, that kid can really go places by just knowing that someone is there for them, someone cares, and someone wants to see them make it. So that's the way that I feel that a kid can be validated. We as individuals, as adults, and a lot of us grew up in homes where we didn't have it either, but we know that there's a need, and we knew that there was someone in our community that loved us, someone that cared for us, even if it was someone in the church that took an interest just to come to the school when there's a problem and assist that kid. Those kids are validated, and that would help them to do a lot better academically and also in their world as an educator, as an individual.
Lucia, these experts remind us that in order for students to feel validated, change needs to come from three areas. The political arena determines the legislature that shapes curriculum, that shapes the environment in the classroom. And so policymakers need to think about policies that will help students feel empowered. For that to happen, they need to empower administrators. These administrators will in turn think about how to help their teachers better prepare their students, better serve their students, better focus on their students' needs. And so these three, the policy, the administrators, and the teachers, the three work together to try to create an environment that empowers students and gives them a stronger sense of agency.
San Diego, there you have it. From the mouths of the experts, from the mouths of the students, we have an exciting report here about what it is that's happening in our schools. And even more exciting, we have our on-location interviewers today here at the studio, and they've come to kind of wrap up their experience. So let's just start off. Renata, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Renata, tell me, why do these students have so much hope? What did you find? They were so inspiring.
I feel that the students have a high sense of agency. They feel that they need to try at least, then regret later. So I feel that if they try, at least they feel that they make a difference.
Excellent, excellent. They certainly are trying. Remy, welcome. Welcome to the studio. Where are we still lacking? What did you find? Where is our education system going, and what needs to be done?
Well, these experts made it really clear that what we need in our schools is basically more meaningful learning experiences. We want these students' culture, their background, their past to be involved, to be a part of what they find in their classrooms, to be part of their activities. And so not only providing better learning experiences, but validating their feelings, validating their experiences and where they're from. And I think when that happens in the classroom, we'll find that these students will develop a strong sense of agency.
This is fantastic, San Diego. And this has been a special report now. And wait, I have news that Bernie the Bear has actually recovered and he will be jumping through a flame of hoops. Thank you, San Diego. See you in a minute.
Bye.
Had interesting things about their own learning goals. These students are passionate about their learning and being in college. I can see they're